Happy spring. It is April. I cannot believe it's almost the middle of April. I have not been on here in, I think it's been a couple months or almost a couple months or something like that. But that's part of what I want to get on here to talk about, because I've been learning a lot about myself and things, and so that's what I like to do. Is I go through processes of learning and healing and growing, and then I want to share about them because I think that's important. I think that's what we're all here to do, is to learn, heal, grow, learn from each other, communicate, work on ourselves, and understand each other better and ourselves better. So I've been seeing somebody, and I think one of the last videos was how I'm not in a place of wanting to be with anybody, but there's always a part of me that's like, I want to meet my person, my best friend, and the person who wants to grow with me and that I want to grow with, and that, we want to learn from each other and learn how to be better versions of ourselves. And so that's what I've been doing. But a lot of the times when I or other people start relationships, I think that, like, for me, one of the things that happens is I just turn off my self-care, and not fully, but pretty, like, the volume goes down a lot. And it's almost like I get muted because I'm so, like, want to take care of the other person. I want to be there for them, and I want to help them and just take care of them and spend time with them and get to know them. And what's it called? So I'm an over caregiver, and that's what I've been learning about myself for years. But I really have been noticing that lately, and the person who I'm seeing was like, because I was like, am I overwhelming? And they're like, actually, I'm not used to being, given so much, because I feel like I'm always giving him something when I see him, like something I'm not using around the apartment anymore, or share food with him, or like make dinner and take him some, or whatever, or drive all the way out to his work in the next town and bring him a coffee, and he'll give back to me too, but it's like, it's like give, and then I'm stopping, doing the things that I need to do to take care of myself, because I'm like, I just want to control everyone around me and make sure everybody's okay, so that I know that there's going to be peace, so everybody's going to be happy, and there's not going to be any problems with anybody, because we're all happy, and I'm making sure everybody's fed, and like was giving him water from my Berkey, and just like, oh my gosh, like, he's been okay on his own. I haven't been there feeding him and taking care of him, and he's been okay. And so why do I need to, like, take it upon myself to take care of him when he is a couple years older than me, and he raised child on his own also, and he's been through things, and he's gotten through, and he has a great full-time job that pays him decently, and he has a roof over his head, and he's fine. And why do I need to go and, like, take care of him? Because I care about him and I want to see him happy, and sure, but I don't have to take it upon myself to, like, to be his caregiver, because he's not inept, he's not incapable of taking care of himself. And so I'm like, okay, I need to take a step back, and I need to focus on myself, and I need to bring my energy back in And I need to look at myself and the things that I need to work on and the things that I'm trying to move forward through, and the fact that I am not able to afford to take care of somebody else right now. I'm just trying to survive and trying to move forward and grow, and get through school. And I've got one kiddo left at home that I'm still taking care of and trying to help him get on his feet and find his place in the world. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just, the whole control thing and wanting to take care of everything and everyone and take care of everything for everyone, that's in my immediate surroundings, because I just want peace. And so I think that is where the self-care stuff comes in place. And I've been really needing to be very dedicated to my self-care routines again, like I was before. But that was one of the things I was kind of like faltering with it before I started hanging out with this friend of mine. And then I've just started giving him more attention, and then it just kind of like fell out of my routines of getting up and meditating and journaling and exercising and just doing these normal daily tasks that help kickstart me into the rest of the day to do schoolwork and other housework and create my art. And so I just haven't really been as present with myself. I mean, I've been self-aware, but I just have not been doing these things that are so important to me and my physical and mental well-being. And so I start noticing different things like my body, because I deal with issues with my hips and my lower back, and my sciatica is really troublesome sometimes. And lately it really has been. I have not been doing my exercises. I have not really been walking. And so I start to notice these things that happen, and it's like a domino effect, of course, right? When we stop doing the things that we need to do to take care of ourselves, it's just like, okay, well, one thing goes, a little bit of your peace of mind goes, a little bit of your like physical well-being goes, a little bit more of both of those things, and then it starts going to other things like piles of laundry are built up that are clean, and I keep moving back and forth from a chair to my bed, and it's just little things like that. And some of my plants died, and so that was sad. But it is one of the physical representations of when we stop taking care of our needs and start trying to overcare for other people instead of trying to find a balance. And so now I'm working on that balance. But then our relationship is like we're trying to learn ourselves and each other, and from going so fast, now we're having to like slow down. So then it's like a lot of communication, a lot of feeling a little shaky, a lot of insecurity, a lot of like questioning, like, what are we? What are we doing? Where are we going? What do we want to have happen? And so it's funny because I'm in this bachelor's for behavioral health program. So I'm really like, we're diving into some relationship therapy stuff in one of the classes, and then case management stuff, and looking at people and their surroundings, and how their surroundings are affecting their well-being. And so I'm like, it's like I'm doing a case study on myself in a way. I mean, I am always really observant of myself and how certain things affect me, because I'd like to be able to help people by using the experiences that I've gone through. And so I like to keep track, and so I journal. But then for a while I was really having a hard time journaling about this person, because I wish I had journaled a little bit more in the beginning of, like those feelings, the butterflies, and just like all these synchronicities that were really mind-blowing. And there's still more synchronicities. It's really wild. But I've been trying to like stay a little detached and just like be very observant of myself and this person. And because we've both been through a lot of things. But anyways, I just keep finding that it's so important to be very honest about yourself and how you're feeling and what you are looking for in your life and what you're not looking for, and what resonates with you and what doesn't resonate with you. Because if you're not being honest with yourself, then you can't be honest with the people that you're, in relations with, like friendships or otherwise. And I just think it's really important to be good at communicating your feelings. Like, even if you're just writing it or thinking about it with yourself, I think that it's just such a vitally important contributor in making choices for yourself in your life that are going to be in line with what is truly like vibing with you and feeling good for your energy. If you need time to yourself, like, take it. You don't have to tell anybody. You can tell them afterwards, but if you're feeling like, just like you need distance, then take some distance. If you're feeling like, you want to be surrounded by people, then be surrounded by people. Just go with whatever your energy is being pulled towards. Because if you deny yourself these things that you need, then you're not going to be in line with what your body is trying to communicate with you and what your heart is needing. And I kept feeling pulled to take some time to myself, and I did that on Friday, half the day, and that was new to this person that I'm with. And so it was a little challenging, but I was able to communicate. And I get very, I would be very firm about my needs with people around me, because I'm such a people pleaser and I want so badly to make everybody happy and everybody to be happy with me. But I can't make everybody be happy, and I cannot make everybody be happy with me, but I can make myself be happy with me. And that's the most important relationship that we have, is ourselves, our relationships with ourselves. And if we're not being true to ourselves, then we're not going to be true to any partner or friend or family member or acquaintance or coworker, like anybody that we're around. We need to be honest with and very transparent with. And so it's tying my boots on to come out for my walk, and I'm thinking about this stuff that I'm going through, and so I came up with this poem, and I'm going to trademark it, so don't take it. But anyways, it's some days I'm going to be quieter than a mouse. Some days I'm going to be more silent than the wind on a windless day. Some days I'm going to be as cold as the moon on a winter's night sky. Some days I'm going to be as invisible as a ghost. But I will still be here in this present, the gift of this life. And although I will be quiet and although I will be invisible, my thoughts with you will be as close to you as today. And that speaks on so many different levels for being a passionate person mixed with being an introvert and wanting to be there for people. But look at the nature that surrounds us. We're not always able to be standing in the sun. We're not always going to be as warm as the sun rays. Some days we're going to be cold like the midnight moon. Some days we're going to be quiet. Or some days we're going to be loud like the ocean waves. But every day we are going to be present in ourselves, with ourselves. And sometimes the only ways that we can be present with others is with our thoughts. And reminding those that we love them, but that we might not be able to say, I love you every day. And we might not be able to see them every day. And we might not be able to communicate every day. But that we are working on ourselves and our lives. And it's okay to not be around every single day. It's okay to not communicate every single day. It's okay, that some of the reminders that you love them are going to have to be them remembering how much you've done for them, or like the wonderful times that you have together. And it just, when we're going through challenges and changes, and we're also trying to go through like a new relationship, but we've been hurt a lot, or we have a lot of things to heal from still, there's going to be days that we really need to just take for ourselves. And we need to hold on to our energy, or we need to just, hold ourselves. And we need to remember that sometimes we need to be our own best friends, and we need to be our own lovers, and we need to be our own family, and we just need to be with ourselves. And that's okay, and that's normal, and it's necessary. Because in order to be what we want to be for other people, we need to be what we need to be for ourselves. And that is number one. So, just like this beautiful grass grows with water and light given to it by nature, we need to nourish ourselves with water of our own thoughts and energy and light of our own, creating, by taking time to ourselves and remembering to love ourselves and take care of our inner world so that our outer world can get the best version of us. So if you are struggling with being present with people in your life, or jobs, or whatever it is, remember to just take time to yourself, however long you need, whatever it may be that you need to do for yourself to just take care of you, just do it. Because those who love you will understand and will encourage you to take care of yourself, because they love you and they want to see you happy. And even if it's like from a distance, because they know that you need to take care of you for a bit, they'll still be there. And they'll also take note and take care of themselves, because each one of us are individuals with our own unique gifts and our own unique abilities and our own unique feelings and sensitivities. And it requires us all to take time for ourselves and respect ourselves and respect our needs. And if we're not doing that, then how are we going to be able to do anything that we're here to do on this earth? All right. Well, I appreciate you listening and being here with me on this journey and having patience with me, because I really like to post something weekly, if not like every other week. But I've just been going through some things and learning to, learning to balance and figuring out what is important in my life and why it's important. And just like this, I like doing these videos, and I really enjoy creating other videos. And I worked on some other videos earlier today that I'm trying to figure out, but they need to be edited because I took them with my big camera. All right. I hope that you have a wonderful day and take time for yourself. I'll talk to you soon.